Hi, I'm Ralph Macchio, and this is the WIRED Autocomplete Interview. Have I ever Googled myself? I would love to say no, but of course, who hasn't? It's a dangerous and slippery slope. Okay, who is Ralph Macchio in Cobra Kai? Really? Someone Googled that. Ralph Macchio is Daniel LaRusso in Cobra Kai. It's as unique an experience playing a character 30 years later that everyone grew up with. And then finding flaws in this character as an adult that were different from the flaws maybe as he was as a teenager. That exploration is, for an actor, is so fulfilling. To see people in a younger generation latch on to it, it's pretty awesome. Who taught Ralph Macchio karate? That would be a gentleman by the name of Pat E. Johnson. If you've seen the Karate Kid film, he played the referee in the final tournament. And that was Pat Johnson. He taught all of us, trained me in Goju style Okinawan classic karate, and Pat Morita as well. He was a big part of creating all those sequences. Who is Ralph Macchio best friend? Well, that's tough. Now I'm calling out everybody I know. I have a few great friends. My wife is my best friend. It sounds like the diplomatic answer, but it is a truthful answer. We have been married 35 years and are blessed with two great adult kids. Though, come on, how is that possible? We move on. Okay, how was Ralph Macchio discovered? Interestingly, I was at a dance recital. Some talent agents saw me and I went in on a few commercials and I got a Bubble Yum commercial. How many karate movies with Ralph? 1, 2, 3 karate movies with Ralph. It's as simple as that. Now this, Macchio. I was never good at following instructions. How many languages does Ralph Macchio speak? English and New York. That's all I got. That's enough with that. Does Ralph Macchio respond to fan mail? Early on in my career, all the time. Getting them, reading them, writing back, signing pictures. As things started to grow, it was less easy to do. And then what you wind up doing is insulting all the people that you didn't answer. So then it's try to be good and it kicks your back in the butt. It would be wonderful to answer everyone back. You try to answer it back with good work and cheers. You know, that's the best I could do. Does Ralph Macchio have a black belt? No. It's eggshell, kind of beige. I know a little more martial arts than that, but I do not have a black belt. Does Ralph Macchio use a stunt double? Most often I don't. I really try to do all the stuff. Certainly it was easier back in the day. Yeah, I've hurt myself a few times. You know, I've never broken anything. That's just made the biggest mistake ever saying that out loud. Does Ralph Macchio play guitar? It all depends on what play guitar means to you. I do play a little basic guitar. I'm doing this movie Crossroads where I really learned blues guitar, classical guitar, electric, acoustic, but it was all done to playback by the professionals. All right, there's that. Next, is Ralph Macchio left-handed? No. That's why when they said to hold this on this side, I was like, what? Wait, I can't pull with the left hand, but I'm doing okay. Is Ralph Macchio from New Jersey? No, he's from New York. Daniel LaRusso, the Karate Kid character, is from Newark, New Jersey, and people just don't want to believe that I'm not from Newark, New Jersey. Is Ralph Macchio vegan? No, he'd like to be. I say, I'm gonna do this. I don't need the steak. And then sometimes I knuckle under. Listen, I'm not done living. Next time I come back, might be a different answer. Is Ralph Macchio a nice guy? Should I let you all in on the secret? This whole good guy thing has just been a facade for decades on end. I do try to put my best foot forward, and I think it's important. You know, you put it out, hopefully you get it back. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna change that. All right, what do we got next? Was Ralph Macchio... Okay, we need new glue. Was Ralph Macchio in Godfather 2? I wish, one of the greatest films ever made. I did work with Francis Ford Coppola, who directed Godfather 2. He directed The Outsiders, film I'm proud of, so that's as close as I got. I worked with De Niro on Broadway in a play called Cuba and His Teddy Bear, so I have a connection. I wonder why they think I would be associated with that film. I guess Italian-American? Could that be it? My love for red wine, that could be it too. I was going for something deeper and I was just coming up empty. Let's move on. Was Ralph Macchio? Okay, all right. Was Ralph Macchio in Menudo? Chuckling at this. I would make jokes about my Menudo-ishness, but I was way too old for the Menudo kids. But thank you. Thank you very much for Googling that. Was Ralph Macchio on Dancing, I think it's With the Stars? The answer to that is yes. Season 12, 2011. And I didn't suck, but I didn't win. Nice Guys finished 4th. Okay, next. Why Ralph Macchio? You just stop there. Something I hear around the house all the time. Why did Ralph Macchio stop Karate Kid? I don't think that's totally true. Why did I stop Karate Kid in 1988? Because it was time, and then who knew? When I finished Karate Kid 3, I thought there would be no way in hell I'd play Daniel LaRusso ever again. Not that I disliked, but it was time at that point. And interestingly enough, the Karate Kid 3 storyline is now giving the season 5 of Cobra Kai storyline. So be careful what you think you know. Why is Ralph Macchio thanked in Thor? That's a good question. There is a Ralph Macchio that is not this one, who's involved in the Marvel, Spider-Man, Stan Lee universe. I learned this when I looked myself up at one point, and it was not me. People did often, after Thor came out, saying, why were you thanked for that? And I just, I pretended that it was in my estate and all the money comes to me, and I played that out for a little bit. Why does Ralph Macchio look so young? It's my parents' fault. It's good genes, it's youthful boyishness that I lean into. Don't know, I wish I had my voice is cracking. See, I'm finally going through puberty right now on Wired. Okay, Ralph Macchio book. It is called Waxing On, The Karate Kid and Me, and it is equal parts nostalgia and contemporary relevance that takes the readers through the journey through my eyes from walking in the shoes of Daniel LaRusso from 1983 up until today, and the ups and downs and celebratory look at something that has touched so many people as well as my life. Ralph Macchio first movie was called Up the Academy. It was directed by Robert Downey Sr., Downey Jr.'s dad. It was an R-rated comedy for Warner Brothers. Ralph Macchio gangster movie. Was I in a gangster movie? Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were Undead. I played a gangster. I was in a film called A Good Night to Die that had gangster elements in it as well. Smart. Ralph Macchio Jeopardy. I got to do a run on Jeopardy recently, a whole category about Cobra Kai, and that was kind of fun. My best game show run. And there we go. Well entertained by my Google search. A couple of surprises, which is what we aim for, and a couple of, of course they're gonna ask that. I look forward to doing it again, and maybe I could have a few highlights in life and career to change a few of those questions.